Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7, where I have nothing to say anymore, but I'm carrying on. We're in the Evolution Cup. Hopefully we don't have to endure any more endurance races, and by we, I mean myself, because I'm not going to make a 1 hour long Forza Motorsport 7 video of just me racing one track. But we are going to do some of these extra ones. Also, I noticed these races are getting a little bit longer. Or these sets. The Seeker Cup was a set of 4 races. Breakout Cup sets had 5 apiece. Evolution had 6. I'm hoping it doesn't necessarily carry that onward, because then it'd be like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9 races per set? Possible? In the meantime, though, let's do these extra smaller ones. Factory Spec Racing, Porsche 911G, because we're going to get free cars out of these ones.
How do you figure out which driver's the best? Simple. You put them all in the same car and point them to the track. Now, the first one who crosses the finish line won't do it because of a better engine or tires. It'll be from raw skill.
Makes sense. If everybody has the same equipment.
Take the car out of the equation and everybody's in the same equipment, then you have to make sure that you're better prepared than everybody else. You have to know the track better, you have to know the car better. As a teammate, you compare yourself directly in exactly the same equipment to the person sat next to you. So we look at data, we see where one person's better, we see where we can improve somewhere else, and you just have to work harder than the guy next to you.
Alright. With any luck, I will be better than the other racers who are driving the exact same car. Which means, like, during straightaways, we would essentially... geez. This looks like it's gonna be tough. Largely because of how fast this car goes. Excuse me? Excuse me. Jeez. Only I'm allowed to bully people, not you. And unfortunately, I've been bullied back to 8th place. But yeah, I'm... jeez. Okay. I'm not used to driving fast cars in this game, which seems a little unexpected. Jesus Christ. In a game that's about racing, like, there definitely seems to be a big divide between some... like, the slower cars, and then this that already has me going at 130 miles per hour. Like, a lot of the races I had done previously generally kind of settled at like 80 to 100 miles per hour. Alright, not exactly the best pass. I'm now at 6th place, but 5th place is way ahead of me. Okay. I ran off the road a little bit too, like, my expectation for how long you actually maintain control. While being off-road is a little bit too high. When I should realize I've got 4 laps to go. So there is potential that I could catch up. To the 4th place contender. But I'm definitely going to have to work for it. I don't think that was a particularly good turn, but it wasn't necessarily a bad one. At the very least, it's not exactly going to win me much ground, which is something I'm going to need to worry about. I would like to be able to eventually learn how to take these turns without spinning out. But I fear as though my inexperience with the racing genre in general is going to hold me back from this for quite a while. Also, in previous sets, my goal has generally been to avoid using the rewind feature. But now that I'm playing with a reduced racing line combined with higher difficulty Drivatar AI, I probably should just still rewind as needed. Also, almost caught up, and still have 3 laps to go. So there is that. Which goes back to my previous theory. If I just focused on clean driving, which was not that, if I tried to focus on clean driving, then in theory, I would succeed. Excuse me, sir. Alright, 5th place. Now I just have to move up 4 places in 2.5 laps. Still kind of possible. Especially with the 4th place contender directly ahead of me, not too far. Alright. Not too far ahead, but reachable. In theory, I should be able to pass him by with this next turn. There we go. All right, 3 places in in 2 laps. Seems possible. It feels possible. I think I can do it. I just need to focus on less on trying to pass and more on good, wholesome, clean driving. Because that is in theory all I need. All right, 3rd place. Second is, once again, not particularly farther ahead. I don't think this turn is going to be enough. But the next turn might. Excellent. All right. Now, first place. I've got 1.5, less than, laps to pass them by, and I will not need them. So long. Excellent. Overall, that went very well. I hope I have learned something from that whole ordeal that will enable me to carry on with faster vehicles without spinning out entirely and having to rewind the race. I don't expect to be an expert once I'm done with this game, but if I walk away slightly better than when I walked in, then in theory that's all I need to accomplish. Now, I'm relatively far enough ahead. As long as I don't do terrible stuff like that for every single turn, I should be fine. I think I've already talked about that entire idea of, like, the issue with changing your camera angle. But clearly, this road is far too curvy for me to not be paying attention to it. Like, I have my mini-map. I don't really need to see and really pay attention to who's behind me and their distance. Because still, once again, as long as I drive cleanly enough, if it was, like, if clean driving was okay was all that was necessary for me to catch up and overpass, then that's all I need to do in order to maintain my lead. And we're good. That is a lot of mud on the car, due to my off-road driving. Yeah, almost can afford that Formula E. And then I should be getting that car for free in just a second. There we go. All right. I guess next up is police car bowling. All right. The limo bowling wasn't terribly difficult.
That's easy, right? You just want to make the car as wide as possible, and how it's wide is when it's sideways. So bowling, if you're gonna bowl, first of all, you need speed, and you need to be completely sideways.
And now that I actually know the button for the handbrake, in theory, that might be less difficult. Also, is it just me or does it look like it's going to rain? Alright, target score is 180,000. Interesting thing, though. There's no timer. So... So it's not exactly like I need to really rush to get this done, right? And in theory, if I still haven't gotten the appropriate amount of points, I could just drive backwards. I mean, I'm going to try to avoid that situation by slowly knocking over every... Now, in theory, I probably should be using this as a... This is probably more towards, like, a means to learn about drifting. And I probably should use this for that purpose. But I don't care enough to actually get a high score. And I don't know if this is the best way for me to learn about drifting. Oh, and now it doesn't matter. I can just go straight to the finish line, as we have met our target. We've met our goal. Alright, let's do one more thing today, and then we'll move on for now. One more of these smaller competitions. I keep saying smaller, but I have to remember that the endurance race was one of those smaller competitions. We're going to drive a Ford Bronco. The 1975 Ford Bronco.
Apply too much speed at the Hoonigan Autocross, and it'll be a wake-up call. Overdosing on raw power will plow you through the cone gates, giving you a ton of time penalties. You need precision, handling, and speed to make your way through the cones to get the best time. Think finesse, not force.
Okay, this might be problematic.
Autocross teaches you where to look, and you will continue to actually improve because, you know, in the beginning, that first time, you're going to be looking at those pylons that are almost right in front of you. The 10th time, you'll be smart enough to be looking at those pylons 2 corners ahead. So you'll start to learn to expand your visual, and it'll learn to be precise, and you'll learn to be smooth because, you know, spectacular is not always fast in an autocross. So smooth, precise, and keep your eyes up and look down. You know, look further down than just in front of the car.
Okay. Well, good luck with me on that. I'll try not to rewind too much, but... Okay. And I have to beat 4 minutes and 50 seconds. That son of a... Okay, let's... This is now the difficulty that I'm going to be running into. That son of a... I am not that precise. Alright, so we got a little bit of a slalom here going. I mean, with any luck, I might actually hit the target time, though. That's my concern. Is I might have to just look at this particular challenge and forget about it, because it is asking for an array, oh my gosh, of precision that I just... Well, a combination of precision and speed. Son of a... That I just don't necessarily have. Oh my gosh. It would be nicer if I was in a car with better handling. But I suppose that also is part of... And a car that wasn't so large. But I suppose that is part of the challenge, too. I wonder if this would be easier in first person... In the driver's... If the camera was at the driver's seat. Because I notice as I'm driving along, with the way that the camera is placed... Sometimes it becomes harder to see the cones. Okay, I'm at 63 out of 140 cones, and I'm at 2 minutes. So I might be able to make it with just... enough time. Like, I might be able to get a just under the wire victory, especially since I'm at 80 out of 143, and my time has just crossed the halfway point. Although, I am getting slightly better as I'm driving along, so I'll give myself that. I mean, when it comes to this game, I feel as though I'm mostly doubt. But I could be doing worse. And you know... Oh, oh my gosh. Well, I could be doing that. I did not realize that we were switching sides. And once again, that's also could be the perspective holding me back. Because the car does a great job of covering up those arrow signs. I'm just gonna roll with that. All right. I should be A-okay. Was that good enough? It was good enough. Fantastic. And leveled up. Let us buy this Formula E. Which will also increase our car collection score. And we've got this Ford Bronco, which we will hopefully never drive again. Alright. In the meantime, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.